We are here at the Tampa Bay Times Forum for the final day of the Republican Party's convention. It has been a tale of two conventions, one in which we have the pride and the enthusiasm, the passion of the Republican Party on full display. At the same time, we have a heinous act, a racial attack on a black female camera person working for CNN. First, the facts. On Tuesday, August 28th, a camerawoman for CNN, who to this point has been unknown by name, had an attack, a racial attack, perpetrated against her by two white males, delegates or alternates, who were in attendance here in this arena. CNN has given a statement verifying that the attack did happen, yet they refuse to give any more information. This attack shows us that even though this grand old party, the party of Lincoln, has shown through the many speakers it's presented that there has been progress, there remains much more work to be done. On Wednesday, former Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice spoke to a cheering crowd. She received a standing ovation. However, that black female camera person who was racially assaulted was ignored, her voice silenced, and as Ms. Rice spoke of her overcoming obstacles, the fact that her mother said, although you cannot have a hamburger at the counter of the Woolworth stores because of segregation, you may one day grow up to be president. Unfortunately, Condoleezza Rice's story does not take into account the 4 black girls who were killed by Klansmen who bombed that Birmingham church in September of 1963. As the Republican Party speaks time and time again through all of the very eloquent speakers over the time period of this convention, in the back there is a ghost haunting those who have failed to remember this country's history when it comes to racial segregation and racial inequality. Fannie Lou Hamer is the person who paved the way for people like Condoleezza Rice, Tim Scott, Mia Love, and yet it's as though all of those lives and all of those livelihoods lost in the effort to gain equality for black people in this country meant nothing. Regarding other racial incidents that have hounded the Obama administration throughout the last 4 years, the incident right here during this Republican National Convention makes one wonder, are the Republicans in the dark when it comes to racial inequality in this country, or are they just turning a blind eye? As B.B. Winans sings America in this very arena, we had several black politicians. Tim Scott of South Carolina. We had Mia Love, mayor of Sarasota Springs, and of course, Condoleezza Rice. All of these black Republicans spoke of the opportunities presented in America. And at the same time, there's almost nothing said of the racial disparities or this incident. And in the midst of the preparation for tonight's finale, we have to understand that the grand old party, which is touting freedom, opportunity, and the ability to rise above any circumstance, is ignoring a racial incident that took place right here in the Tampa Bay Times Forum. In this camera pit, a black female camera operator was racially assaulted by 2 adult white men, delegates or alternates to this convention. She worked for CNN, and it was during this time, during her time at work, that she was assaulted. They threw peanuts at her and called her an animal. The Republican National Convention released a statement indicating that yes, this incident did take place. Yet, after condemning it, there was a silence that was also shared by CNN. CNN refused to release the name of this female camera person or have her give any statement of any kind. The Republican National Convention has not released the names of the two men involved. It's as though nothing ever happened. Yes, it's America, and in America there is a history of racial segregation that has been ignored for far too long. Apparently it's being ignored not just by the grand old party of the Republicans, but also by CNN. As America is sung in the background, we have to all ask ourselves, yes, progress has been made, but silence is not the price of progress. There should be a full investigation. Who are these two men who would perpetrate such a racial attack in 2012 at their own political convention? This is the ease with which people are allowed not only to act in such racially heinous ways, but to have those actions then covered up. Silence will only allow racial attacks to stay right below the surface and fester. We, America, need to own up to our history. Yes, this is a great country filled with opportunity and promise, but it is also a country with a very troubling past that has seeped into the present. We all have the power to make change, whether Democrat or Republican, but we have to know our past in order to better understand our present and move forward to a future for all.